When Killian was first diagnosed, I was a little nervous. Obviously, we were not speaking at that point. He had very, very few words. There was 45-minute plus meltdowns where he was just screaming, hiding under things, kicking and injuring himself. When we first got the diagnosis, I was kind of like, okay, well, this is just what we're gonna have to deal with. With this therapy, I feel so much more confident because I've seen his growth. We would have never known how much he could do had we not been here and seen it firsthand. So I have very high hopes for his future.
My personal history with the Shea Center began when I was a technical rescue captain, and we responded to a horse inverted in a ravine. We came up with a plan and were able to hoist Chaco successfully, land him with our receiving team, and he made a full recovery. Having a call here is what prompted us to get Killian in here and then facilitate the training that we do with the Shea Center. You don't intend to judge your kid or match your son or daughter up to other kids, but we saw milestones that weren't being met. We were wondering if he had autism right off the bat. We went to a myriad of different doctors. It was kind of a relief to at least know what was going on, but then we didn't have a pathway of like, how do we approach this?
Killian has a primary diagnosis of XYY syndrome, which is a genetic condition where he has an extra Y chromosome. A lot of those kids struggle with language delays, and some of them have weak muscle tone, which then puts them at higher risk for learning disabilities. Killian actually started coming to the Shea Center at 3 years old for his language delays. Killian made such great gains in speech and was talking at age level. He moved on to adaptive riding, and that's when we started to see some strong behaviors that weren't Killian. And I was able to look at his sensory processing deficits. This is where the horse comes in. The horse is a great, great sensory tool. When his body awareness improves, then he can focus, then he can stay calm, then he can pay attention, answer questions, and follow directions, and then he can learn. When Killian comes to the lesson, we definitely start off with big body movements. So we do a lot of milling. So we turn to the side, backwards, and the other side, and then we get into puppy dog position, and he gets a lot of joint compression and weight bearing, and then I can go towards a fine motor activity where he can put things together. Since starting at Shea, Killian has not only increased his postural control, he is so much stronger. He can run, he can jump, he can climb without any hesitation. One of the proudest moments I've had was very recently, and he looked at me and he said, "I'm smart." And I said, "Yes, Killian, you are."
As a father with 4 kids, like one of my main goals, besides having a successful marriage, is to make sure I have successful children. So what am I gonna do with, he's now like my focus, and seeing the progression here at the Shea Center, seeing him start and complete tasks, seeing him grow confidence, seeing him be outgoing now, not going into a shell, being around a crowd. For me as a dad, I'm like, okay, like he's got a purpose. He'll find his purpose. I don't have that fear I did at 3 years old. Now I can, with confidence, say that he will be successful in whatever he does, whatever he chooses when he's older.
One of the things that I do want to say is, especially to people that are thinking about donating, is how big of an impact that this place makes on families. I know a lot of times people don't know, they don't see, they donate and they don't see where it goes, but you do make such a difference to every single person that needs this. There's so many kids that don't have access to this. Their parents can't afford it. Insurance won't cover it. And the money that you donate to help, it makes such a difference. And I just wanted to say thank you for donating and helping these kids, because it is life-changing. And know that we are so grateful as parents that we can have access to places like this, because we've tried lots of therapies and this one is so special and it's so important and it's made such a difference in our lives.